Hello and welcome to today's episode of Women Matter, brought to you by the Nidari Foundation with support from Action Aid Nigeria. On this program, we discuss women issues with a focus on sexual and gender-based violence. This program promises to be educative and informative. My name is Obianuju, and on today's episode, we'll be talking about socio-economic violence. Socio-economic violence is any action that causes economic harm to someone. It is committed by persons or group of persons by preying on economically disadvantaged women and girls. This can take the form of limited access to education, fund, and healthcare. It also involves withholding a person's earnings, limiting access to family finance, and spending jointly earned income without consent. Socio-economic violence deepens poverty. It compromises educational attainment and development of women and girls. Recently, the social media was awash with videos of a young girl who was spraying money on her father in his mechanic workshop, and questions were being asked of her why she decided to do this. She explained that after her secondary school education, her father had wanted to send her to university but sought the advice of his brothers, whom were her uncles, and they decided to advise their brother not to spend on a girl's education. They told him that it was a waste of money and he shouldn't do this. He did not listen to them, of course, and then he went ahead to spend on his daughter and allow her access to university education. What this man did was give his daughter a platform to be able to access opportunities that would ordinarily be denied of her if she had been unable to access university education. And this is what economic violence looks like. When women are denied opportunity to have access to education and developmental opportunities, it widens the economic inequality gap. Education helps to bridge this gap, and it's unfair when women are denied access to education and developmental opportunities. Socio-economic violence also leads to physical violence. And you see, in the vast majority of cases, victims of physical violence find it very difficult to leave their abusers. And this is because they do not have economic independence or the economic wherewithal to survive without their abusers, or they believe that without their abusers, they will not be able to be fully independent. These are also one of the challenges of socio-economic violence. It also leads to promotion of sexual trafficking and exploitation of women and girls. It also leads to maternal morbidity and mortality. Just a few days ago, I was talking with my friend and she explains about her aunt who was denied access to cesarean operation by her husband because he thinks that it is a waste of money for a woman to go through the CS section. This was a process that would save the life of his wife and his child, but he felt that it was a waste of money, and because of that, he shouldn't spend his money. A money that this woman was a joint contributor to and should ordinarily have access to it. Without the intervention of her family and her friends, she would have died. A lot of women do not have this access to friends and family who would intervene in cases where they are suffering from economic violence. Economic violence is the ultimate violation of a person's right to liberty and equity, and is unfair, and we should fight it at any time and at any point we see it happening. Remember that you can always access us on these numbers if you have any issues of sexual and gender-based violence which you think you need help for, or you know anyone who has issues of sexual and gender-based violence who you think need our help and support. We are always willing to help at any point we are needed. My name is Obianuju, and this program is brought to you by the Nidari Foundation with support from Action Aid Nigeria.